The rest of the slides are pretty straightforward, so however many you've got, if you don't have the full set, just keep going one building at a time, remembering that they go in pairs. So now we're on to our next building, and this is the Wahlberg building. And I'm going to add in my first image. And so check if you've got igneous or sedimentary as your rock family that you're starting with. Here's our Wahlberg building, and the first one is unfortunately super blurry. That's too bad, but we should be able to zoom in on this one and still see the limestone. So I'm going to select the limestone, and first I'll resize, match up with the text box, and get the height. Right click on it, crop image, bring my left side over. I can see from the bottom those blue lines are telling me that I've matched the width to the other text box, so that's perfect. And I want to zoom in on this so I can hopefully see some more detail. So I can move my image around inside that cropped box there, and then I can resize it. So I have to be careful I don't do the black line but the blue line, and that's the image inside the crop. There we go. That's zooming in pretty nicely. We're limited a teeny bit by the size of the screen here because it stops if I go any bigger than that. So that's too bad. But that should be all right. And I'll click outside, and there we go. And add in my text. Go on to the next slide for Wahlberg building. Going to get my image. This time it's of the granite, and I do have a good close-up of the granite. And I'm just going to start off by matching the bottom there. And oops, top is gone. Alright, to do that, 2 stages. There we go. And match the height. Crop. Bring this edge over. There we go. Perfect. And I could zoom in on that a little bit more too, but that's probably fine. Okay, and literally just keep going one building at a time until you get down to the last slide, which will be your conclusion slide, and you can put in conclusion or you can put in something else that's appropriate, like goodbye, so long, thank you, what have you. Depends perhaps on your role and your audience. And sometimes it's good to have a little question at the end to test to see if people watching your presentation were paying attention. Now, I'm just going to ignore the fact that I've got some empty slides there, but if you do, of course, you'd want to fill in your information. But when you're ready to watch your show, start up at slide number 1 and click on the present button. And you can use the arrows on the keyboard or your mouse to click through, and you can see that it's a little bit of a plain presentation, and press the escape key at the top left to get out of your presentation. And there's some other movies that you can watch now to do some fine tuning and add some special effects to your presentation.